Do you want to start, or do you want me to start?
Well, I guess, Bill, since you're talking...
We've already started.
Yeah, we started. This is Hardmic.
This is Thanksgiving Hardmic.
This is
a special breed.
It is. There's a certain energy here tonight in the arena, and here on Hardmic. And because it is a dual-branded Hardmic, you got two hosts tonight, and it's going to be myself, Jordan Brooks, and the world champion,
me.
Bill Dern.
Billy D.
Billy D. All right, Bill. So
sure.
who are we starting with tonight? Anybody in particular you want to talk to?
I mean, let's see. We just came off of a SuperShow. That show, absolutely packed. Let's start off with the first match of the show. I think that's fair enough.
Makes sense.
So let's go to the winner, because the other loser kind of showed up later, so we might have some other things to talk about. But let's start off with Dave.
Dave, you were the winner. You beat your little pog chant tonight.
I was, yes.
How did that
feel?
I did. How did that match feel for you?
You know, it broke my heart that I had to beat him, but he said he wanted me to give it my all, so that's exactly what I did. I gave him a good match. So, you know, I feel like he'll be understanding about it and realise I just did what he asked. But I will be going home tonight and cry myself to sleep because I had to pin him, but you know.
I'm sure that's not the first time you pinned him, but that's a little bit gruesome for Thanksgiving. So, Dave, you know, coming from Honorbound up to a Thursday night, a typically COH branded night, and beating somebody from COH, especially someone like Dawn, who has been a TV champion and moved his way up the ranks relatively quickly. How does that feel for you? Does that feel like a little moral victory? Kind of one-upping a COH superstar.
I mean, in that sense of, beating someone on COH, sure. I mean, if we go back to Summer Series, not as lucky. But I think I, made up for the whole going, down for the pin on that night and not bringing it home for the team. But besides that, I'm just still heartbroken that I had to fight Don. But at the same time, I still got to fight my little PogChamp, so I'm happy about that.
Does that feel special to share it on a day like today? I know you and myself, it's not necessarily Thanksgiving, but it's a big deal for a lot of people, including most of the people watching the show. So on a special day to have a match with someone who is special to you, how does that feel?
I mean, it feels pretty special, We'll have our own little celebration later, go to clubs and shit, and have a good time. But yeah.
All right, Bill. Anything to ask Dave before he can get on with his knife night, and celebrate with his little PogChamp after their momentous night?
I mean, I think you pretty much covered the bases. See, we're all having trouble talking.
Yeah.
I think it'll be really interesting to see how this affects Dave moving forward in Honorbound, and even more so, Don moving forward here. So with that, let's just move straight to Don and get his immediate thoughts.
Oh wait, can I say one thing?
Please, go ahead.
Well, as it is dual branded, Honorbound and COH, just one thing that's also dual branded if you think about it, and that's Swift. Swift, don't think I didn't see what you did here with me and Don fighting each other. Just watch yourself with that. Keep an eye out.
Hey, it's alright, Dave. You don't got to worry about that. It's fine. I can handle the yelling at him. Swift, what the hell, man?
Well, Don, not to play devil's advocate for Swift here, but you did ask for a challenge, and I'd argue
I know,
against Dave tonight.
I'll admit, faith in Dave. Like I said last week on About Hardmic, I wanted him to give me a fight. Don't hold back. And that's exactly what he did, and I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about the loss tonight. I'm not mad about losing the Rumble tonight. I went out there. I tried my best, and tonight I lost. I just gotta accept that. But moving on from that, but also congrats on the win, Dave. I'm happy for you. But moving on to something else that I kind of wanted to address, because this has been something that's been on my mind for the last few weeks, ever since I lost that championship. This is a guy that's been on my mind for a little bit. Eddie Reed.
Eddie Reed.
Both times that I have lost that championship, he's had to be involved in some sort of way. Every path I've had towards the television championship, Eddie Reed is always there. So now, what I'm wondering the most is why? What kind of vendetta does Eddie have against me? Is it because of what I did to him before, leading up to my first TV title match? Is it me beating him for the television championship to win it a second time? Because every single time I go for the TV title, he always has to get himself involved in some way. Well, Eddie, I'm sure you're not here right now, but if you're listening to this, if you have a problem with me, why don't we settle things next week?
Seems like a pretty clear-cut challenge. And Swift, as the GM, as the man who runs things around here, what do you think about Don Frost sending a challenge to Eddie Reed, especially after the night that Eddie had with his new friend Corvo taking a tumble and losing that TV title?
Well, Don, I know you, you know me, and I'm a pretty fair guy, I like to think sometimes, some people may have their opinions, but I think I'm pretty fair. I know you've been saying that you've wanted more of a challenge, and tonight got more of a challenge, but...
Look, Swift. This isn't me wanting a challenge next week. This is me wanting to settle things. To settle a very clear issue that Eddie Reed still has with me. This is not me looking for a challenge. This is me looking for payback. This is me wanting to put an end to this little feud between me and Eddie once and for all. Because if I really want to go after that TV championship again, because I know I got a rematch, but if I want to go for that TV title again, I have to get rid of Eddie. I have to get him off my back. So, Swift, please. I'm not asking for a challenge next week. I'm just asking to fight Eddie one-on-one next week. That's what I want, Swift. So please, just give me the match.
Okay, alright. I'm hearing you, Don. Before I say anything about this, I just want to turn a question on you before we actually make this official. I know you've been saying that Eddie has this, some sort of vendetta against you, but I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like you might be a little bit jealous of Eddie Reed. I feel like ever since that Rumble, you've had a vendetta against him. That's just personally what I think, and what I'm kind of saying.
Okay. Now, Swift, let me turn this question back around on you. What do I have against Eddie? I've beaten him before, and yet every single time he keeps on coming back. I've pinned him already. I've beaten him already. I know that I can beat him. So what do I have against him? It's not about what I have against him. It's about what he has against me. The only thing I have against him is that he won't leave me alone.
Don, I don't think you're making a lot of sense. Because I don't see what this match really settles. If I'm being fair, at least right now, I just don't quite see it. And to answer one of your own questions, I know he has that you don't. He has that Rumble win, eliminating you, taking that main event spot. And I think deep down you're mad about it. I think deep down that truly upset you for a while. And it's just causing you two to constantly be at each other. Now, I mean, he might have had moments where he's, where you've gotten upper on him and that's what he's chasing. But I think overall, it's something that you're going to have to deal with as well. And I don't know if next week in this one-on-one match is going to solve it.
So it does kind of feel deep-rooted, I feel like there is a lot more than surface level. He doesn't like me problems here. So
okay, fair.
I feel like there might be something that.
Then what would settle things? Then what would settle things? That's what I'm asking now. What would settle it?
Maybe he just wants you to join him.
Maybe he could make you back on the right path if you think about it. I mean, you saw what he did for Corvo. I mean, I know he lost the title, but he still won the TV championship. I'm just saying.
You're joking, right?
No.
After everything
he's been scouting talent for a while.
He has.
After everything that I've gone through with Eddie, you really think I want to side with him?
I don't see why not.
I mean, why not? Yeah.
Have you ever heard the infamous "you can't beat him, join him" slogan? And I mean, it's not that you can't beat him, but you've hung around with Eddie. You two have had this parallel for what feels like almost a year now, where it's just like everywhere he goes, you go. And even if you don't intend to be on the same side, it does kind of feel like there's a connection there, be it, a love or a hate. It's there. And so maybe that is what Eddie's doing. I can't speak for Eddie, but it does seem like there is some sort of general attachment to making sure that you don't succeed. So have you ever considered what Eddie actually would bring to you? I mean, it sure seems like he has a lot to offer.
Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Eddie next week.
Oh my god, why are you talking like that? Are you alright? Jesus Christ, okay.
Give me Eddie next week.
Well, big fella. Alright. You know what? Fine, I don't know what's exactly going to sort this, and maybe Eddie needs to beat some sense into you a little bit. I like you, Don, but I feel like right now your mind's all messed up. So next week, you can have those big hitter hands from Eddie Reed. How about that? But, I'm just saying, don't come crying to me when he beats your ass.
You've said that before. How'd that turn out?
I don't know. I feel like he's gonna knock you out, Don. I don't know about this. I mean, he has done something you haven't done, and that's hold the world championship.
Like a low blow.
I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. I just have to bring it up because Eddie Reed went on.
You may have to drag him like that. You may have to do that.
Yeah,
that's not nice.
You
may have to do that. Yeah, from Tits McGee, the social media representative, you may have to do that.
Listen, I'm not shooting. Come on.
So Swift, I have a question because for what you said, I felt it was kind of interesting the way you actually described what was going to happen because you chose to use the words "knock you out" about Eddie Reed, who isn't known for knocking people out, and as a matter of fact, got knocked out by Corvo. So, my question to you about this whole ordeal is, what's your plan with Corvo? Somebody who now kind of has his hands free and is notably, aligned with Eddie Reed. How do we know that's not going to affect whatever this issue is with Don and Eddie in their match next week? Because it does feel like there's something looming over them with the fact that Eddie has a numbers game with somebody who arguably is probably the strongest of the three of them at this very moment in time.
Well, I will say this. I mean, I was a very, very skeptical on Eddie Reed, from the beginning, but I mean, going into this boxing fight as well, the massive boxing fight from Endgame, and kind of seeing how he actually did, besides the low blows and whatnot, he gained a lot of respect, and he also gained Corvo's respect, and Eddie Reed has proven himself on many, many of occasions, and now that he's formed this business relationship with Corvo, I feel like I see Corvo becoming more of a competitor, and he lost the TV championship tonight, but it doesn't mean it's going to stop his climb. Eddie Reed has the money. He can really bring Corvo to new heights he hasn't seen. Hell, he could even become world champion one day. Eddie Reed has a set plan for Corvo, and from my end, I'm going to leave it up to Eddie Reed. If he can really make Corvo into a possible world champion, I guess we'll see. And I'm just saying, Don, you could also be a part of that if you wanted to be, of course.
Really sounds like you have no faith in Don. You know?
I do have faith in Don. That's the thing. I have faith in Don, but when Don's acting like this, he makes me think about it twice.
Okay, let me just put the image right here. This is the same guy who says he has faith in me, and yet gave me a local guy to fight as a challenge.
He was a challenge. He took
What'd you beat him?
Yeah, I mean,
I beat him.
The challenge.
I beat him in nearly 30 seconds, Swift. Just think about that. You say that you have faith in me, and you give me that. And then you want me to... And then you guys want me to ally with a guy who's practically been obsessed with me. And I beat him every single time. And yeah, you can say, this isn't going to solve anything. This match isn't going to solve anything. It's a match that I want, though.
Okay, you know...
That's the match that I need to have.
I'm just going to say this one last thing, and I'm going to peace out. So, Don... Fine, have your match next week. Hopefully we can settle this, and hopefully this whole thing with Eddie Reed can be gone and be done with. But Frost, before I leave here, you seem a little bit obsessed, so I'm just gonna go this way.
Obsessed is the word that he used.
Wandered too far though, Swift. You'll be
Swift. I mean, I feel like you'll be important later on.
Look. You guys don't have to speak for me. I somehow appreciate that, but you don't have to do that. I get what Swift is trying to say. I'm just one stubborn motherfucker. I've wanted the match with Eddie. I don't care what anybody else was saying to me. That's the match I wanted. That's the match I got. So I'll see Eddie next week.
All right, and there it is from Don Frost. You know, hopefully this is the last chapter in a long-winded story between himself and Mr. Eddie Reed. But to follow that up,
for Cold Hard Cash. Cold Hard Cash is going to be a crazy tag team of Eddie and Don.
You know, that is a very good name. I'll give it to you. So, who we got next? Bill?
Let's go Barmore?
Let's go to Barmore. Jeremy Barmore had a very big victory tonight over someone who is now the TV champion in Tone White. So, Barmore, talk to us. How are you feeling after a night like tonight? That's a big win.
How's it going? It's been a minute since I talked to you, Jordan, so it's very cool to see you again.
Yeah, it's nice to see you too. Nice to see you thriving, man. Big wins tonight.
Thanks, appreciate it. But when it comes down to leading up to this match tonight, I think it was Tone that sat there and said that he wanted to bring out an edge in me. Like, he wanted me to just, find something that he saw that made me better than almost anybody on the roster. But leading up to it and working out and training, getting to this point, like, I realized that I never had an edge. I even said that last week. I didn't have an edge, but to be honest with you, I never really needed one. The thing that I do better than anybody else from a mental standpoint, and watch, Tone will probably use this in some point in time, is as soon as that bell rings, that's when I set the tone. You saw it. As soon as I got out there, hit that German suplex on him. It's just the way I am. Capitalize. I stay on top of my man, and I make sure that every single moment in time, that person has to work to beat me. I mean, there's no other way past it. You're going to have to work as hard as you can to beat me. That's happened the last couple weeks. It's just that I wound up on the other end of the stick. This time, against Tone White, in the biggest match that I've ever had in my career. One of the biggest shows. I walked away with a victory. That's how it was.
So would you consider yourself, like, you have that edge now? Was that what we can sort of like mark down going forward, that tonight was the beginning of Jeremy Barmore's edge?
I mean, if you guys want to sit there and call it an edge, then I guess you can.
I don't know if we'll call it, the edge full on. I mean, I like it though. You're hungry. It's Thanksgiving and you're going back for a second plateful. Like that's respectable no matter what aspect you're in. So I mean, I like it, and I know Honorbound is gonna, quake at some point. A lot of people have been waiting for this from you, and I'm excited to see what you can capitalize with it.
Yeah, so. I mean, it's always been very exciting times, especially in Honorbound. But I mean, you know what? At this point in time, this was a clear message to anyone that was watching that's on the Honorbound roster. Hell, maybe even eventually, for anybody that was sitting there watching on the Code of Honor roster. I'm here. I've been here. Been here for a while. It's time to show everybody exactly what I am about. And of course, it seems to me for some reason almost every title scene is compromised on Honorbound, especially with the world title, the North American Championship after the tournament gets done. And there is the tag titles. I never quite got my rematch for. You know what? Either way. For anybody that's listening, and for anybody that is really paying close attention here, you're going to find out firsthand. The Workhorse is one of the baddest dudes that's on the planet. And y'all are going to see that firsthand.
Awesome. Thanks for your time. I'm really excited to see what is coming next. Titles are a patient man game, and I know you've been waiting for a minute. And whenever you're going to hold that and grab whatever you can, it's going to mean something real cool. So thank you. I think we might have lost my co-host for the moment. So I will grab the reins and let's go on to BH. Let's bring in just both burnout people. Here's Cliff here.
Hello there, Bill. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I usually don't host the COH stuff, so it's fun to be here.
I can tell you seem to be having a good time so far.
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving, gotta just have fun, be thankful, enjoy company with people.
Obviously, you have some questions for me, so go ahead.
You and your company of Cliff.
Lay it all on Daddy.
Oh, so sick. I'll take it. But talking about Thanksgiving, spending it with company, you have made familiar company with Burnout with you and Cliff. Neither one of you, well, both of you were. Wait, no, were you? You weren't in the Rumble tonight, were you?
I was in it late, and then I got slipped off by Mr. Justin Tyler.
Right, that's right. I'm sorry. Both of you were in it. Both of you did come up short. As a matter of fact, do you have any just kind of words for that? What kind of where you're headed, where your focus is in the coming into the future?
Well, to be honest with you, me and Rumbles don't mix. It's kind of a weird thing. It's like a curse almost, if I must say. And focus on things in reality. There's two facets here that I could work on. I could either let chaos itself play it out and see how things work for the burnout, because obviously there's a little bit of a collision course going on between the Beer Milk and Team Perk Angle, I believe. And also, I still have that lingering feeling of just waiting to get that next TV title reign. Which, by the way, congrats to Tone tonight. That's a big thing for him. I know how much that title means to him too, just as much as it means to me.
You mentioned lingering feelings a couple of times. Can you elaborate on that a little bit, or like?
For me, it's a moment of sentiment, it's like I'm going into everything, and I like to put everything out, but I keep every single thing in the back of my head. What I want to do, what I need to do, and what I crave the most. And what I crave the most at times is success. Because I'm deep down inside, I know I am one of the better people on this roster. I know I can get stuff done when I need to. And I can't quite get it there. And sometimes that makes me frustrated. A little bit more frustrated than most people. Because I know I can do better with myself. And I like to put that aggression out on other people sometimes. So I to say the least right now, I'm a little bit tense and I need to get the stress off. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah, I get what you mean. Probably not as
not as a weird perverted way.
No, I wasn't taking it as that. I feel like you explaining that makes it more so of that rather than what it was. But yeah, I understand the idea of being angry, maybe at yourself or circumstances.
Right.
I think there's going to be opportunities for you to come in the future and in these next like very near weeks coming out of this Thanksgiving Rumble to show and to relieve that aggression and to possibly get tag team title shots back for yourself. But I mean, you kind of said like chaos is about to ensue. I feel like you've always been an agent of chaos. Can we sort of count you in on like causing a little bit in the near future, like maybe pulling a perk angle tactic and jumping somebody in the back, or like what? Like, how are you going to do this?
Now, Bill. You know I can't lay all my cards on the table. You know I can't do that. That's the point of me. You don't know what I'm going to do. Yes, some people may think I'm crazy. But up there, I have every single little thought and tactical thing blotted out in my head. I am a mastermind. I am an architect, goddammit. We'll just have to see what I do next.
Awesome. I know Rome wasn't built in a day, and him BH calling himself the architect is implying that something is being built. So whenever that full building is built, it's going to be real interesting. But with that, we will move on. And my co-host of the evening, I believe, is back.
Yeah, I'm back. My technical difficulties are fun, aren't they?
Absolutely.
So
They're
you
great.
spoke to BH there. I caught the tail end of that.
Yes.
So did I miss anybody else? I was here for Barmore.
I don't believe so.
All right. And so with that in mind, why don't we go ahead and move on to the next, or one of the next matches on the card? To APH is here. So APH, if you're here, I think I'd like to speak to you for a moment, because I want to talk to you, like you and I for a moment. If you're here, if I can get you, because
I'm here. I'm here.
Man, it's been tough for me watching you lately, man. You've been skidding hard.
Getting? Really? Is that what you... It's more like a complete collapse. You don't have to be you don't have to be like PG with it. You don't have to sugarcoat anything. Just tell me how it is, bro.
Man, it's been tough watching you. That's what it's been. It's been tough because I know you got the talent, and I know you got the drive, and I know you can be at the top of the game. And right now, you're just not at the top of your game. And I could sit here and ask you all these questions about what you need to do to get better, or try and tell you what to do. At the end of the day, the only person who's going to make you better is you. So the simplest thing I can ask or tell or even just kind of inquire, man, is like, with everything that's been going on, what do you feel you can do next? Like in your mind, in your head, you know you got to rebound. You know you can't stay doing what you've been doing. So what's that next move? What's going to get you on your feet going forward? Because you need to be on your feet.
Do you want an honest answer, or do you want me to bullshit?
I didn't come here for bullshit. You know I don't do bullshit.
I know you well enough to the point where you don't know. Alright. Truth is, I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I don't know what I can do. You saw it out there. A lot of people don't notice it, but I haven't been bringing the tag team titles with me down the ringside anymore. People at that point seem to forget that I'm a champion. And that's a good thing, because what champion acts like this? What champion goes in that ring and embarrasses himself like that week after week after week? I mean, the night you won the world championship was supposed to be my crowning achievement, man. And I'm not, no way am I blaming you. In no way. And I'm proud that you got that moment. But that was supposed to be my night, and it all fell apart. The very minute that Psycho G knocked the sense right out of me, that was it. And you can say, yeah, I'm a tag team champion. But here's the thing. You want to know what's funny about that? Jack Hunter got the goddamn pin during our tag match. And the last tag match we was in, oh, guess who took the loss? Me! I haven't gotten a pinfall victory in my last 7 matches. Ever since Bound for Honor. You know what that does to a man? I'm at the point right now where I just want to hand this tag title over to Chris Aaron so he can defend it with Jack. Hand him my letter of resignation and leave Honor Bound for good. I'm at that point where I just want to quit.
Hey, APH, if you want to hand over tag belts, you could just give it to me and Cara if you want. I mean, I'll take it off your hands. Make your life a little bit easier.
Dave. Not the time, Dave. If Tone books you guys against me and Jack next week in the next pay-per-view, it can happen, but at this point, I don't even know what to do anymore. You ask me what do I do to get back on track, I don't know what to do. I've literally tried everything, Brooks. Nothing's working.
Man, as generic as it may be, and as simple of advice as it may sound, you just got to go back to what works. That's the smart thing to do. You have put yourself in a situation where you are trying to do too much. You're trying to stretch yourself too thin. You're trying to make yourself into something that you don't need to be to succeed. To succeed, you just got to do what works. Don't beat yourself up about it. Don't make it more difficult than it has to be. Go out there and beat people. That's your job. That's what you're meant to do. Man, you are built like a linebacker. You are shaped like a fridge. People should run into you and they should feel pain. So don't sit there and beat up on yourself. Because the fact of the matter is, not everybody is going to be perfect. You can't win every single goddamn match. So the best thing for you to do is to get back to what works. And whether that means maybe you do need to step away from the tag stuff. Maybe you need to find yourself in the tag stuff a little bit more. Get more, acquainted with your tag partners. Make that work. Because I can tell you right now, I wouldn't be half the wrestler I am right now if it weren't for me and my tag partners working together the way that we do. The thing that you need to do is you need to find what works. Because you ain't been working. I've seen it when it does work. You've been world champion. And right now you're not in that position. Right now, I firmly believe that you are wasting your own potential by getting in your own head. So the best thing you can do is get out of your own goddamn head. Stop fighting with yourself. Fight other people. That's what you're here to do. You get paid to beat up other people, not yourself.
You know what? What is it with Canadian guys that always know what to say? First Richards and then you. What is it with y'all, huh?
Hey man, there's a certain wisdom.
Certain wisdom?
Tonight you lost. Tonight you lost, but I don't want to see that continue. So the best thing that you can do is stop fighting yourself. Stop making things harder than they need to be. And go out there and beat the hell out of people. Because that's what you're supposed to do.
You know what? You got a point. So I'll tell you what. Whenever sacrifice comes around, it's time I get back to basics. That's all I can really say.
I think
Whatever that is,
that'd be good for you. Yeah.
you'll just need to see. Brooks, thank you. Seriously, thank you.
Yeah, man. No problem. I want to see everybody as game as I can see them. And with that in mind, speaking to somebody on their game, and I think this is their first hard mic appearance, Bill, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But we're going to move it over to the man who did topple APH tonight. I'm talking about CB. CB, 5-0 right now, riding probably one of the biggest waves of momentum, COH, honor bound, or otherwise. How you feeling right now? Big win over APH tonight. That's a former world champion.
Yeah, I feel great, by the way. Thank you, Jordan. But I do want to go back to one thing, and that is this is directly to you, APH. Again, former world champion, but as a man who went months without winning a single match, to coming to where I am now, you are beyond great from what I've seen. Even since when you first showed up in your freaking rookie year, you've been at the top of the world. I think you still are. I think you're too hard on yourself, and I think you need to tone that back a bit because you can still be great. I fully believe it. I just think that you being hard on yourself is what's causing you to be in the situation that you're in. But regardless, this match that me and APH had has been a long time coming. Honestly, I think it's something that we've both been waiting for a long time, and now we finally got the perfect time to do it. And then once again, unfortunately for APH there, but he did end up falling the same fate as the other four. So that's another world champion that I have stepped into the ring with and beaten. So now I wait. I wait for whoever's next to be thrown my way. Somebody's going to beat me, right? So somebody has to do it. I want somebody to do it. Winning's great. Winning's cool. But there's got to be somebody out there who needs to prove themselves more than I do. I've done enough where I really don't even need this. Like, to be honest, winning that Rumble wasn't even in my priorities for the night, to be completely honest. Tone won, good for him, new television champion, that's great. But again, that's not on my list of priorities.
So when you speak of this list, and now you've piqued my curiosity, if you've got priorities, obviously that means you got things you want to do, people you want to see, So with that in mind, what is on that list, or what do you think is next for you? Who's the next man to step up? If you had your shots, so to speak, if you could pick one right now, who's the guy you're picking to stand across from you in the coming weeks?
See, that's the thing is I honestly can't pick. Coming into COH for the first time, I've run into a lot of people that I've been around but haven't gotten the chance to work with, especially this last year. So coming across everybody is kind of like a good feeling. There's a lot of people that again I haven't done anything with, so opportunities still stay open. So I'm not really too stern on who's next, as long as it's somebody who's gonna give me a fight like JJ has, somebody who's given me a fight like Richie Rose did, and Townsend and Adam, and now APH. This is the level that I go out and I compete at every time I'm booked, and I don't plan on ever dropping the ball, because at this point there's nothing else. Again, waiting for somebody to come by and take this undefeated streak. Technically, it ended in the Rumble, but if you're counting one-on-one, it hasn't happened yet. And there is going to be that person. I fully believe there's going to be that person out there that finally does it, and that'll be a fantastic day. But now, I show up, I beat somebody, I leave.
A certain level of confidence there, Bill. Being that you're the man who kind of stands on top of the world in COH right now, proverbially speaking, with the world title in your hands, how you feel about that statement? How are you feeling about the wave of momentum that the CB is running right now? And if you had your say. Is there anybody you'd want to see him step in the ring with next?
I mean, I'm not CB, obviously. The people who I really enjoy working with and doing stuff like that are, I'm sure, different in a lot of ways. But yeah, momentum comes and momentum goes. So, I mean, holding that, undefeated streak as closely, or kind of where you have it, I think is kind of smart because someone's going to beat it. And you're just trying to find some sort of consistency, trying to find where you fit, which I think is smart. And there's a lot of people who I can really see you going one-on-one with and putting on an incredible match. And you being here really, I know, puts you on a lot of people's radar. But I'm just going to kind of look up and down this list, and I'm just going to, kind of point to somebody and say, hey, why not? Because Devlin's here. And I know Devlin likes kicking people's heads in. I know he has some other words to say, but... Devlin, I mean, do you want to be the guy to step in with CB, or?
Do I want to be the guy? I have no interest in. Why? Why? Because he's on a big little streak of his that he thinks, why? I have no reason. I have enough bullshit to deal right now.
Like what? What do you have going on right now, Devlin?
Oh.
Let's talk.
Let's see. Your
Devlin?
little bullshit group. Huh?
Oh.
How about your little bullshit group?
What about my not so bullshit?
Well, let's see.
But if that's what you want to call it. What about my boys?
I want a tag team opportunity, don't I? I want them tag belts. I want to take them away from you dumbasses.
You think you and Richards could coexist long enough to do that? That's a real question. I'm not even trying to start anything right now. That's a genuine question to you. Do you really think you and Richards could last long enough to beat any formation of the two of us together? I'd really like to know.
See, I've tagged with many people, so yes, I do think it can last just that long to take them titles away from you. And then afterwards, does it end? What happens? I couldn't give two shits.
But you're
so disappointed me. Like tonight, he disappointed me. He got on the Royal Rumble, gets eliminated that fucking fast. Like he says he's bringing the fight machine. All I've been seeing is him losing. He's lost his touch.
Lost his touch.
So Devlin, you're gonna bring the fight machine then?
No, I'm not gonna bring shit.
Yeah, fight machine Devlin.
I'm the one who does all the work. Like always, any person I fucking tag with, I've always had to do the bullshit work. And then what happens to them? They leave the company, they retire, or they just go down to the bottom, and I stay near the middle or the top, depending on what my mood is.
Near the middle. You have no self-confidence.
Devlin, as someone who hates Richard so much, you seem quite desperate to be locked into having a tag team with him.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Don't you think you could do better for yourself then, if Richards is such a disappointment?
Yeah, why don't you tag with CB then?
Yeah, why don't you work with CB? Why wouldn't you do that? Why don't you, maybe help Jay Jones? Oh, wait. Wait.
Help Jay Jones after what you did to him tonight. Well done. You must be so fucking proud.
You know what? I am really proud.
You just love breaking people's arms and legs.
Did you hear it? Devlin, did you hear it? Did you hear the way his leg snapped? Did you fucking hear that noise?
It was disgusting.
That was gorgeous.
It was
disgusting. I fucking loved that, man. I love that.
You're a sad piece of shit.
You know what?
So is your group.
Man, Devlin, where'd your balls go? Because
I may be sad, and I may be a piece of shit, but you know the difference between you and I, Devlin? You want to know the main difference between you and I is I may be a sad piece of shit, and I may hide behind people, or whatever the hell else you may say, but there's something that differentiates. This is something that differentiates you and I. You know what that is? That is that I'm a fucking champion, and I'm going to continue to be a fucking champion. Because you and Richards have just been outnumbered once again. Because there are four of us. You can count it. There are four. And yeah, your fat ass may equate for two people. But even if you count yourself as two and Richards as one, you're still outnumbered.
I'm confused, but you're not a champion. What are you talking about?
I am one half of the tag team.
Tag team champion?
So so there's like 3 fucking people who hold the tag team champion now.
Do you not?
It's the Freebird
Do you
rule.
not
Plus,
participate
if you
in
think
sports
about it,
entertainment?
technically, he was there when they won the belt. So
No, I know
your
that,
logic's not really working
but
there.
he didn't defend the fucking belts. Like,
I've
holy
defended them
fuck, the
twice.
rules
Still champion.
and this bullshit.
I've defended them twice, actually. For your information, Devlin. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Jordan, just checking in here. I don't know, man. This Devlin dude sure sounds like a bitch.
Sounds like he's scared to fight CB.
It does sound like he's kind of afraid. Devlin, are you afraid? Is that what that is? Are you afraid knowing that Richards cannot hold on and help you? And knowing that Jay Jones is incapacitated and probably won't walk for the next month? Are you afraid to be alone?
Darn. Wow, what a shame that happened.
Is this Devlin O'Brien being vulnerable and alone? And he's scared of the piece of shit Jordan Brooks and his friends that are going to come break his knee? Is that what that is? A vulnerable and
You think
Devlin?
you're gonna break my fucking knee, mate? I'll fucking kick your
maybe
head
it'll be your
off.
arm. Maybe
Just
it'll be
like
your
I
neck.
kicked off your little buddy's head tonight. Your poor little buddy.
Poor little buddy. He held his own, first of all. He's getting
He
there.
held his
I'm
own.
proud of his performance. And second of all, if you want to talk about, kicking and breaking, you beat Mamba, sure. But Crude won tonight. He beat your, whatever you want to call it with Richards. He beat Richards. And then, I'm not going to say that I make the rules about wins and losses, but as far as my match with Jay Jones is concerned, I'd like to say that I won. I count it as a win. I mean, I was walking and he wasn't at the end, so in my mind, that's a win. So Devlin, answer the question. Are you afraid? Is that what that is? Is that why you're not going to fight CB? Is because you're afraid to be alone? I may be a piece of shit, but you're a pussy. You're scared.
I find it funny. What happened to someone else stepping up who needs it? I don't fucking need this. I don't need to beat him to prove fucking anything or to destroy his little streak. Someone else can step up. Why don't you fucking step up? Why doesn't anyone else step up?
Because we have... I'm going to disagree with you, and I'm actually going to agree with Jordan rarely here, Devlin, but you're saying you don't have anything to prove right now. You do. You have to prove all of your statements that you're making about Adam Richards being the waste, being the less of the fightful one, and step in the ring and win despite those things, in light of everything you say.
So I have to win because Adam. Look,
you claim that you carry all the weight.
How about this?
If you carry all the weight, then beat the undefeated guy.
Fine. If you guys want it so badly that me destroy his little streak, then fine. I will do that.
So you're not scared. You're gonna go do it, is what I'm hearing. You're not scared. You're finally
fucking
up.
fight.
You're bucking up, grabbing your balls.
I was gonna give someone else the opportunity, but if you really want me to fucking end his little streak, then fine. I'll be the one to fucking do it. I don't give two shits. I'll have a fucking nice cold beer after the fucking match.
You're so easy to get to, Devlin.
Probably a light beer.
You know, if I could manipulate everybody as easy as I can manipulate you, I would get everything I wanted around here. You know that because you are like putty in my hands.
Really?
For somebody who's been around for so long, you fall for everything so easily. You know that? Because you're going to be out there and you're going to be alone again. And you just watch your back. Because again, the numbers are adding up more and more quickly, and it's seeming like Richards and you aren't on the same page. And after tonight, Richards ain't here right now, and I mean... after the way he lost tonight and the way that you came on to Hardmic and publicly shamed him for losing, I wouldn't blame him if he just didn't show up again. So maybe you'll be alone, Devlin. And who knows what's going to happen when you're alone. That's all I'm saying.
Two shits. I will have a weapon by me if I need to, but if you're gonna jump me like a fucking man and do it to my face. Don't do it like you did tonight and jump someone behind their back like a little bitch you are.
Now to counterpoint what you just said, Devlin. Also, hi, Jordan. Hi, Bill.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. We'll get to that later. I just wanted to counterpoint. He let JJ know that this was going to happen.
I did.
Very verbally.
He came out before me too, and he had his back turned after I told him that I was going to jump.
He let him know. He was like, "Hey, I'm going to beat the fuck out of you." So he didn't jump him from behind. He just let him know he was going to do it and did it. I don't know, man. Devlin sounding real bitches right now.
Real. I agree. But I guess, Devlin, you've got this match now, and that's exactly what I wanted. Because you're going to go out there and you're going to lose, and then you're going to feel like an idiot. Because you've talked all this shit about Richards, and you're going to be looking up at the lights. And that's going to suck.
I'll meet you next week in Hardmic, and I will see what happens.
Okay.
We'll see what happens after
here.
the show.
I'll be here. Well,
is it over now? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any fun words to say back towards Devlin, who has now accepted your call out?
It wasn't it was Jordan's thing. I'll let it go. Kinda, yeah. That whole thing was interesting, and I got some points actually. So good buddy of mine, Adam Richards, not doing so great. It's real unfortunate. When I did beat him, what was it, a week ago? I don't remember. Devlin was there, as everybody saw, and Devlin even distracted the referee for him. He tried to undermine me so that he can help, air quotes, help his buddy, more air quotes, Adam Richards. Didn't work. And I don't know if that's at the point where he wants to help Adam, or maybe he's doing it because he wants to make himself look good. Again, I'm not involved. I'm just here. So anyway, it's going to be interesting. I'm expecting the same result that I've been producing since I've came here. So Devlin, buddy, drink your milk. This will be fun.
All right, Bill. Well,
yeah, I'm looking
now
forward
that we
to
got that out of the way, feel kind of good. Anybody you want to move on to next? After we've now moved past the that portion of honor bound stuff here, is there anybody else you want to call on?
Let's see. I'm just trying to do a survey. I think we've covered a decent bit.
We have. We're working our way through.
Of the card, I think one of the major next things to talk about is the TV title stuff that happened tonight.
Yep.
Between Gobble Gobble Turkey Lions and Josh Wolf.
North American
Honor bound.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I was thinking about Tone White.
Thank you.
Me?
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty impressive, but I guess we should start then with the challenger tonight, Daniel Lyons.
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on, dude? What's going on?
He challenged for the North American title tonight. It was a good match. He came up a little bit short and dressed up as a turkey. Got a good laugh.
That's right. That meme came out 2 years ago by Isabel Ventura. Figured I, finally get a chance to make it a reality,
So, Bill, what do you got to say to the challenger tonight? Any questions for Big Turkey Lions?
Why did you go with that? Well, my first major question, it has nothing to do with the actual match. But I appreciate you coming out as a turkey. But why did you come out as in this weird turkeys don't have nipples? And you came out in your suit, had abs, it was real weird. It threw me off.
I was scrapped for time, and I didn't have the other half of the turkey suit, unfortunately. So instead, Giant Gonzalez, thank you for the suit. We spray painted it a little bit before I went out there. You got to make ends meet. Tone White asked from the Honor Bound brand, if somebody has to be a turkey, I answer the call every single time. So, made that meme a reality. Speaking of which, Jordan Brooks, I know it's not Thanksgiving for you, but I saved you some turkey and catering. Matter of fact, I saved you the leg.
I appreciate that, Lions. This is why you and I get along so well. Shout out to Lions for saving me some good food. I appreciate that. Especially
you're always a leg up in the game. What can I say?
I appreciate a good pun when I hear it. Good stuff.
But Josh Wolf,
the match. I'll just let you speak about the match.
Thank you, man. Josh Wolf, I told him, if you're always paying homage, why not put the title on the line, right? And everybody's at his neck and at his throat, thinking that he's a weak champion of the bunch. And tonight, man, I gotta say it. He is the North American champion for a reason. And it came down to the end. It came down to the photo finish, and You know, just like the Honor Cup when I came up short against Dave and Josh, you know, a lot of people thought it was Dave, but it was them collectively. And I got to say, man, props to Josh Wolf of really proving himself tonight. You know, I really have nothing bad to say. But, you know, where do I go from here? I mean, a lot of people see this as like the last dance, like Michael Jordan, or, you know, the last days of Daniel Lyons. And honestly, as long as my jersey is called, I'm always gonna lace up those boots every single time until I can't anymore, and that's just it, man. I'm just grateful to be here on tonight's show. I'm grateful to return on a Thursday night. It's been a while, you
We
know,
miss
but
you here on Thursdays.
I miss you guys too, man. I really do, and happy holidays to everyone. And one thing I do want to address before I go is that just put things in perspective. It's been since December 2019 since I've held championship gold. To think that I have not put that, you know, that I'm just going to let that slide and that's still not a goal of mine, you're madly mistaken. I am looking to hold championship gold and finally break this unforgiving couple of years that not only I've suffered, but a lot of people suffered. You know, my friend's no longer here with us. You know, my best friend's family has to celebrate Thanksgiving without him, and I just want to say happy holidays, and hopefully the tides will turn, and hopefully it will turn just for me as well, and I can capture championship gold once again and prove that Daniel Lyons, this ain't the last dance, it's just the beginning.
So Lions, I actually have one more question before you go, because you're talking about gold, and with Honor Bound there are the three main titles you can chase, obviously being the North American, the World, and the tag titles. And as of late, the tag team division in Honor Bound kind of has needed a team. So not saying that you necessarily need to grab yourself a partner, lace them up, and run away, but do you maybe have your eyes out scouting for somebody to work with? You think Daniel Lyons maybe could make a long overdue return to the tag division in HP sometime soon?
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, without a doubt. I came into Honorbound looking to become tag champions with Tone White. That didn't work out. You know, Josh Wolf and Dave Henderson bested us. But the thing is like, that dream is still alive. I love tag team wrestling. I joined this Fed to be a tag team wrestler. I built my back with tag team wrestling with Bad Company, and I want to become tag team champion every day of the week. I think about it. I mean, there's the world championship, and then there's the tag championship, and I'm in the middle of both ends, and I dream for both. And honestly, like, who am I going to tag with? Jeremy Balmore's out there. Ryan Swift, my stepbrother. There's a lot of animosity. This is the first holiday we get to spend together without me trying to rip and tear his throat apart and him trying to beat me up, and Ricky is in good condition. So this is a little bit more of a chipper holiday,
Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. That family needed a good holiday, I think. Yeah. So, I'm very interested to see, and I hope you find yourself a partner, because I myself, being a tag team wrestler, and I think Bill would agree, also being a tag wrestler, love to see some more life in that tag division down in Honor.
At the end of the day, it's all down to Tone White. I know he has a vision. I know he likes the New Dawn and their tag team championships right now, and he will decide who's next in line. But I am throwing out the invitation. If anybody wants to tag with Daniel Lyons, you know where to find me.
So call out to everybody listening, everybody in the Honor Bound locker room. Daniel Lyons is looking for a partner. But moving from Lyons, Bill, I'll let you talk to our North American champion, Josh Wolf.
Yes. Before we begin, I need to say right now, when Lyons came out in the turkey costume, I was legitimately terrified. I've had sleep paralysis demons that look like puppy dogs in comparison to that. I understand why, and I understand the term "you are what you eat," but I think he took it a little bit too literally tonight. Now we can continue on here.
Yeah, I mean, despite how terrifying I had to look at it, and I can only imagine having to wrestle it. But despite all of the, back and forth, how crazy that match kind of was, you did walk out victorious. I think you've kind of proven a lot of people wrong about your title reign, about who you are as a person, and just kind of wondering, just any general thoughts on your sort of celebrating before the finals of the tournament come and to see who you're going to fight at Sacrifice?
I'm going to be entirely honest with you. I'm not celebrating anytime soon until I am certain in my path right now, because even after this victory, as much as a relief it is, there is still a long road ahead, and I can't let myself slip up again. I did it the last 3 weeks, and guess what happened? I lost for 3 straight matches in a row. I can't let that happen again. I have to keep forward now. I can't just celebrate and over obsess about my championship. I have to keep my head moving forward, basically. And tonight was a good enough example of why I need to keep pushing. I'm going to be entirely honest with you. I could have lost that match at any moment. I will say that I think part of it was luck involved, but deep down inside, I know that beating Lions is considered a very big deal. But again, at any point, I could have lost my championship right then and there, and that put me into a new perspective. I can feel. I still feel my bones aching from that match. That's how sobering this experience was.
I mean, it is Thanksgiving. Be thankful for what you have, and right now, I mean, despite what's coming up next, you still have that title in hand and in tow. We're coming up on the finals of the tournament between Hunter Quinn and Ryan Swift. Between the two of them, though, which one would you rather face? Of course, the winner goes on to fight Carter at a future date. The loser goes on to fight you. So, what is your predictions in that matchup?
I can't rightfully put one name over another. I don't want either man to lose this fight. They both pushed as hard as they could, and unfortunately, the reality is that that's not something that both men can't win. We know that, but it's hard to put one name over another. I fought Ryan Swift. I've beaten Ryan Swift, but again, I don't look into the past for these kinds of things. I don't think back on my victories and think, man, this means that I'm better than that person. Because at the end of the day, people change. Look at Dave Henderson. Dave Henderson lost against me the first week of the season, and he improved. He almost got to the finals. He made massive improvements. Something that I honestly cannot say enough. And as much as I have my problems with him, that's the one thing that I can give respect to. All of these men adapt to survive. That's what Honor Bound is about. It's all about adaptation and survival. You have to push. You have to fight. You have to improve yourself. You have to take every single defeat and wear it on your shoulder and learn from that. So
I ain't wearing it on my shoulder. I'm just here for a good time.
Well, still, at the end of the day, improvement's the name of the game here. And I beat Swift, yeah, but what's to say he hasn't improved since then? And Hunter Quinn is a man who I've known for a few, at least 2 years now. I've seen him fight in many different companies, and he is a terrifying presence when it's all on the line. And that is something that I feel Swift will need to push against. It's an unstoppable force versus an immovable object. That's all I can really put it down to. I can't favor one over the other.
I mean, that's fair. As much as it would be nice to be like, oh, probably this person. I completely get it, because it is a tough choice. I mean, you have, in the same sense, a lot of momentum, a lot of, energy, and coming from both sides. So I get it.
Right.
So with that, thank you for your time. Unless you have just any more general statements you'd like to make overall.
I do have like a few more things, but I'm not gonna like take up too much more of your time here. I know it's getting late, and we have still a few more people we need to go through. It's just that I have been struggling. There's no doubt about that. I needed this win tonight. And I didn't need it just to retain my championship. I needed it to prove to myself that I can still hold on, that I can still keep fighting. I know I've been obsessed with a lot of things recently. I'm Lions called me out on it. I was obsessed with Hitman Mafia. I'm obsessed with it because that was how I got here. Like, as much as as everybody says I've been used, as everybody says that it wasn't good, it was still fond memories for me. I still learned a lot from just that little group, and even though it didn't last long, and now it seems as though we're now at a precipice of everybody basically going their separate ways and becoming completely different people. It's now, honestly, the thing is that I need to pick myself up and move on myself. But I can't until one more thing is done. It's 2 down, 1 to go. And I don't know when it's going to happen, but it has to happen, I think. But that's a story for another day. Have a good night.
I think I might know what that last one is. If I do the math,
I guess he's gonna have to check the roster.
I think so too. I'm also hearing through process of elimination here. I think I have a pretty good idea. But he's somebody we'll get to probably towards the end of the show. And as we move forward, I guess it's time to address. I think all that's left is the Rumbles to address specifically, and then of course the main event happenings. And let's talk about the Rumbles. I guess we should address the women's first, being that it was the first one to happen. And Serenity ended up winning that, which was a shocker to me, because admittedly, I didn't know who she was going into that match. Always nice to see a new star made. And she has a IC title shot now. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bill. It's been a long day.
I'm not sure if Swift's even said.
Swift, what was the women's Rumble for? Swift, you're the GM. Swift, you run the show.
Okay, so with this women's
he's supposed to make the announcement, actually.
I am.
There you go.
I am. And I'll make it right now. I'll make it official right now, first and foremost, congratulations to all the women for their fantastic performance here tonight in the Thanksgiving Rumble. And Serenity, because you have outlasted 19 other women, you have earned yourself a gigantic prize of a turkey.
A turkey.
With the leg missing, by the way, that's
that I took the leg of.
Pretty much, you earned yourself a turkey without a leg, which is fine because you still have the dark bean on it, right? You can still eat it. You like the dark bean?
So this Rumble was for a turkey.
Yeah.
Tone got a title. Okay.
You know what? Fair enough. I'm not going to ask any more questions.
You've been saying it week after week, but I'm telling you, Swift is the true villain of COH.
I'm not
really think he is.
He's the true villain of this company.
Look at me. I was out here making assumptions.
He's very selective.
No.
Well, hopefully you're big into turkey. I really hope you're not vegetarian. That would be.
That would be a bit unfortunate.
I will say
it wouldn't be very thoughtful of Swift.
He takes that turkey and shoves it up Swift.
I will say,
Bill.
What?
Bill, listen. You can't say that. You're too wholesome to say that.
That's pretty good.
Swift, I guess actually we should talk to you now that you're here, because we have multiple things to address with you. And I guess first off, let's talk about everything that happened on COH tonight directly for your brand. I feel bad asking because I'm the one who did it, but I also get a sick joy out of it. Do you have any updates on Jay Jones? Like, how's he doing?
So I will say this. Of course, I'm sure you saw what happened tonight, but some unfortunate events have led to Jay Jones being very, very hurt, so we have taken him to a local medical facility to be looked at.
Say a hospital. Jesus Christ.
It's a
What, did you take him to a CVS? I don't.
He took him to the hospital.
Listen,
Yeah.
a local medical.
He's currently at Walgreens.
He's sitting in a fucking Walgreens.
He's gonna get this flu shot. Like, I don't.
Anyways, he got taken to a local medical facility and is
Oh my
currently
God.
being looked at. And you know, if we look around for any culprits, Jordan, why the fuck did you do that?
First of all, name dropping. That's an accusation. A serious accusation.
It's
that you
a
just
serious
laid.
accusation. When we all saw
And
you
it
do
wasn't just me, first of all. Brett was there too. Second of all, why did I do it? Do I have to explain why I did? I thought I got this pretty clearly. He attacked Jay Mamba. He laid hands on Big Perk. So I laid hands on Jay Jones.
He didn't attack Jay Mamba. How many times do we have to tell you this? He didn't
Oh
attack
my
him. He didn't blindside him. It was a match. He was making sure he would be down for the count. What you do in a match, and then you guys take it as, oh, he's attacking Jay Mamba. No, it's not.
When you hit somebody with your go home, you know, when you're ready to take it home, you know, when it's that time, and you hit that move, you go for the pin, right? That's how it works, right? You hit the big one,
but
and then you go for the
sometimes
pin.
you need to go that
No,
extra mile.
don't question. Answer the question, Swift. Don't answer a question with a question.
Yes.
When you hit, you know what? You actually do a knee very similar to Jay Jones. When you hit that knee, is the first thing you do not go into a pinfall? Do you not fall to a pin? Is that not what you do?
I mean, yeah, but...
Yeah, no buts. Yes. You know how many times Jay Jones did that to Big Perk? Over. And over. And over. And over. That's some bullshit. So tonight, I took that knee. He's not going to be hitting no kind of knees no time soon. He won't be walking straight for the next month if I have it my way.
You're a real piece of work, and the fact that you guys really sit here and criticize me like, oh, no, you're the real villain here, you're just a bad
You know what?
person."
I would have at least handed out a title shot for a Rumble, not a goddamn turkey, you despicable prick.
Listen, the
Just
turkey
some
is
match.
trying, okay, listen, Serenity will be doing some good stuff this week, especially with the turkey. She'll probably eat the turkey, I'll probably have some too, because it's pretty good. But anyway...
You're gonna eat the turkey that you gave the Rumble winner. You're gonna eat the...
Well, me and her are gonna eat the turkey. It's a prize. She gets to eat with the GM.
This sounds like a weird dating show.
Sounds like a meet and greet.
Yeah, like, what is this?
Why is this
Are you
turned
that
on me?
lonely?
You're the one who broke
Are
someone's
you that
leg. Don't turn this on me.
Hold on.
Someone who's such a nice guy,
Hold
you
on.
have a bit of ego thinking that she'll want to eat this turkey with you.
Hold on, wait. Did you say I broke his leg? Is that official? Is that an actual diagnosis? You can't be going up here accusing me of breaking somebody's leg when we don't even know if his leg is broken.
Since he's at the
That's
local medical facility,
Oh
we
my
still have
God.
to wait for the results because of you.
I don't mean to interrupt here, but I just find it interesting that Swift has decided to have a tournament or a rumble for a date.
No,
Right, exactly.
It's
Weird.
It's not
weird.
a date.
Abuse of power, and you should be suspended.
Oh my god. There's no,
I agree.
It's not a date. We're just eating turkey. That's not a date. It's
So,
eating.
Yeah,
so if I hosted a whole match and the winner got to go out to eat with me, would that not be weird? You wouldn't think
get
that was
Serenity
weird?
to beat your ass. She totally would.
Oh my god.
I'm
What's
just
next? You're gonna stick peaches on me too? Oh no, I'm so
Oh
scared.
yeah, she would really break your
Yeah, I'm
leg.
gonna be honest
Don't
with you,
like
Swift.
that.
I feel like if you were honest about this from the get-go, half of those people in that ring would have just eliminated themselves.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on,
honestly,
I know I sure as hell would have.
Yeah, honestly, we should send him with Crimson Chin. I think that's the
Listen,
solution.
Crimson Chin is pretty cool. But, you know. Anyways.
If I knew it was for a turkey, I would have entered it.
Yeah, honestly, me too. I'm kind of hungry. Oh, and I heard you laughing back there. You can't get away. I hear you.
Listen, a turkey's a turkey, but
Hey,
I mean,
listen, would you rather the TV title or the turkey? That's all
if I'm
I'm
in the
asking.
battle royal for a turkey, but then I have to eat the turkey with Swift, I think I'm jumping over the rope.
Oh, can I
myself.
leave with the turkey? Is the option for
The option is there, yes. The option is there. Just take the turkey and leave.
What's the more, Swift? You said there's more. What's
There's more. So after we eat that turkey, don't laugh
Oh,
at
you're
me.
going to the date. I thought you like.
Oh, you have a whole plan. After you eat the turkey, you're gonna go rock climbing? What?
No,
We're gonna have a nice glass of wine together. Jesus
let me
Christ!
tell you, Serenity will have a big match next week on COH. What would that
Okay.
be? You'll find out next week.
Oh
After
my
we eat
God!
that
You can't
turkey.
even.
You don't know.
You don't even.
But
You
now
don't
it's turned into a blind date.
you don't even book the match. You don't even know what the match is. You're so
I
unorganized.
feel like, see, so like, if we said if Swift did all this for a date, Serena's gonna ask his interest, and he's gonna say running COH, and she's gonna leave.
Oh,
Honestly, if I were Serenity, I just I wouldn't have even shown up to begin with.
Oh.
Like I'd quit. I might even just quit. I might leave. Like if our GM were to do to me what Swift has done to Serenity, I might leave
I
and
didn't
go
do
to
anything to Serenity. She's eating a turkey.
I might just go to Honor Bound, to be
Okay,
honest.
I'm gonna just say this to you, Serenity. Can't wait to eat that turkey with you. But your match next week will be against the IC champion herself, Jordan Sky, and if you beat her, you can go for the title. That's your prize. After we eat the
Now,
turkey,
my
though.
problem is
If she beats her, she already won a Rumble, but now she has to win another match.
Wait, so that's
Shut
fair.
up.
You know what? That idea, that's very fair.
Thank you.
But my problem is, what did the turkey have to do with getting that was such a long-winded explanation to just be like, hey, you get a shot at the champion. You get a shot.
Win a turkey?
I'm still waiting for Flavor Flav to come out.
Does Tone also get a turkey? Yeah. And Flavor Flav showed up.
I feel like it's going to be fair that Joan gets a turkey as well.
No, Tone can eat dust.
Hold on. I want Flavor Flav. Is that an option?
What is going on? You
Is
broke the
Flavor Flav an option?
Flavor Flav.
Hold on. Can we do that? Is that an angle?
Flavor Flav next week will Code of Honor.
Hold on. Can I have a match with Flavor Flav next week? Can we do that?
Flavor.
Can I have a segment? Hold on. Can I have a segment with Flavor Flav? Is that a thing? Like
Can somebody get post next week?
Yeah, can somebody get me in contact with Flavor Flav?
Flavor Flav at the contract signing with Swift. Book it.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
Okay.
I wasn't even doing that. I didn't even say it was gonna be that. What was going on?
The Swift flavor of love. Anyways.
Oh my God.
On to the next question, because clearly you don't know how to handle all of this other thing going on. Swift, let's talk about the tournament that you're in, the finals. Hunter Quinn, next week, on Friday. Go home to Sacrifice.
Well,
Main event.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna say.
What do you gotta
say? It's a very interesting matchup. I mean, Hunter Quinn is not a person I've ever faced before, and honestly, like I was saying on Friday, I am very excited for this because seeing the way like Hunter Quinn kind of rose in this tournament, like when this tournament starts and you see the lineup, you saw a bunch of people on there. You were like, yeah, that guy's gonna win it. You know, you saw your APHs, you saw your Jeremy Barmores, and you know stuff happens. Hunter Quinn overcame it all, and he's in the finals with me. The kid's good, the kid's talented, but he's just a kid. He's not ready for the big time.
He's just a kid. Just a kid.
He's just a kid. I'm sorry
Just
to
a
break
kid.
it, but he is, and I like him. He has a lot of potential. I feel
I
like
think we
he
need to
has
talk to
a
our PR
future.
team and shit, because if we're hiring just kids, Swift, that's you're a bit excited to be up a kid.
Listen, big
I don't know.
Get out of here. What are you doing?
Can I fight women now? Is that allowed?
Oh my God.
I mean, we're one step closer to it if he's going to beat up a
Listen.
kid.
Open challenge. Fight me if you're a woman. Anyways. Continuing to ask about the tournament
Hey,
finals.
yo, run up! Nah, you
I've
said
been
open
waiting
challenge
on
if
you.
you're-
Come on.
if you're a woman.
I've been waiting for you.
Oh,
Run up
what's
then.
going on?
Swift. Tournament finals.
Next
Anyway.
week, run up.
Okay.
Winner gets a turkey.
Winner gets a turkey.
I guess to
And
eat
a
with
date
me.
with Swift. I'm going to throw that back. Anyways. So, Swift. Final words to Hunter Quinn, and I guess inevitably the two champions, because you're going to have a title match one way or another. What do you got to say?
Because I'm losing a lot of brain cells right now. What's going on? I'll just keep
It's
short.
all your fault. I'm just
This
going
is
to put
not
that
my
out.
fault. Okay, I'm just gonna get this over with. Hunter Quinn, I'm gonna beat your ass. Carter Blackwell, if you retain that championship, I am ripping that championship from you, and I'm gonna beat your ass too. See you later. Goodbye. God damn it, I hate Hardmic.
Okay, thank
least
you.
you didn't
I hate
choke
Ryan
up
Swift.
me.
Yeah, you know what, Bill? I think Swift has a problem. Like, I don't know if I think this needs to be talked about a little bit more seriously. But Swift being a psychopath aside, I do think his opponent for next week has shown up, and I'm not sure if he's able to talk or not. But Hunter Quinn, next week,
Hello.
it's a big one for you next week. Guaranteed title match, potentially for the world, potentially for the North American, on the line. And you know your opponent. He just spoke. And how you feeling? You ready?
Well, I heard what Swift had to say about how the lineup for the tournament was stacked. You had guys who were former world champions, some future world champions. But one thing I had to say to Swift is I had the recommendation of a Mamba. He's just a bitch. I heard what he said about me saying that I'm just a kid. Dude, I'm 27. I'm not a kid. I'm the future. I'm not just this kid. You may say I am. I'm just the future, as I said before. I know that I can win this tournament. I've defied the odds every single time every single match I've had in this tournament. I defeated Chandler Finch submission. I defeated Tyler Jones when he said that he has been working on this for years and years, and I still won, even though both of us had determination to win that one match. And then I defeated Dave Henderson, a man who has been here in Arbound for so long, while I have just pretty much just got here. I am striving to become the next world champion here in Arbound. I'm not afraid to ruin the dreams of someone else like Swift to get to it.
Now, if you had to describe Swift using one word, what would that word be?
Well, as I said before, a bitch.
Let's go.
Look at that. Big Popsky for the Yeah. I appreciate that, and just so you know, Quinn, I am pulling for you next week. I would love to see you beat the ever living hell out of Swift. And I think a match between you and Carter would be a very interesting one for everybody involved. So I'm cheering for you, man. I hope you pull it off. And good luck in that tournament. And as we move past the tournament and the happenings in Honor Bound, that brings us to the later parts of tonight, which were the Rumble and the subsequent TV title match. And let's talk to some of the people involved in that Rumble. First and foremost, Richie Rose. Richie, how you feeling? How you doing on this fine Thursday?
Doing all right, Jordan. Hope you're doing well tonight.
Yeah, I'm doing good. You and I both came up a little bit short in that Rumble, but it was nice to see that we're both still going strong. Nice to see that you're still chasing. I think that TV title is something well within your grasp, and just to hear it from you. What's next? What's on your mind going forward?
What's on my mind? I mean, at this point, I gotta go forward with it. I gotta go forward, and as you said, the TV title. I mean, I got plenty of shots, so it doesn't mean it's not within my grasp. So, I could technically get there. It may take a little progress, but I'm pretty sure I could do it. I've gotten this far anyway, right? I've gotten into Rumbles, I've gotten into several TV shots, I went into swing vote for that damn title. I'm pretty sure I have some chance. That's all I can really say about that.
I completely agree. So with the new TV champion being Tone White, somebody that if I'm not mistaken, you've beat within the past few weeks in his little Tone Open challenge type deal. Do you feel maybe that you're in line for a shot at that title now that the belt is with him? Tone has had a lot of competitors, a lot of people actually beat him as of late, and to see him pull that out was really something remarkable. So with that in mind, do you think that maybe seeing that you did beat him, you should be up next for the TV title?
Fair to say, yeah. I mean, hell, I'm pretty sure everyone who beat Tone White wants to be in that spot. I'm definitely not the only one, but I feel like I put up as much of a fight as I could up against Tone, especially when, the odds were stacked up against me. Like, As you can see, I'm not the heaviest guy, I'm not the tallest guy, but I sure as hell can beat some big guys off. Wait. I'll go with it.
Bill, please. Bill, please.
What? Did I say something wrong?
No, you good, homie.
Okay.
Hey,
What?
the bigger they are, the harder they fall, right?
Exactly. Okay, am I just gonna be alone here now? Alright, cool. Alright.
Okay, hold on, Swift. Swift, are you here? So, Swift, we've had a few people beat Tone in the past couple weeks, and even tonight with the Rumble, there were a few people who I feel like really are, right at the cusp of being in line for the TV title. And of course, Don Frost earlier also did say that he had his rematch. So, coming right from the horse's mouth, what's your plan for the TV title? And
Nothing. He has no plans because he doesn't get an opportunity or a chance with it.
What?
Oh, there you go. Okay.
So here's what's happening.
Okay.
Now that I have won the TV championship, I'm just gonna take the rest of the time on the show. If that's okay.
Go for it. Yeah. I don't know about the rest. I think Creed needs to talk to you.
You know what? You know what? Talk to him first, and then I'll close.
Oh, if you're
Okay.
killing Crude, I'm just gonna say goodbye.
Okay, bye, Swift. So Crude, Bill.
Yeah, I'm back now.
All right, Crude, what do you got to say for yourself tonight?
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused here. I'm usually the main event, and all of a sudden, fucking Tone White, Mr. TV Champion, he decided he was going to just take my spot to main event of it tonight. I had so much to say. It was going to be really important. It should have been main event worthy, but
Was it going to be really important? What are you going to? Well, how about the fact you beat Adam Richards tonight? Let's talk about that first. I mean, you saw this coming. You did say you.
Obviously, hold on. Just give me a sec. Give me a sec.
Okay. Oh. Okay. All right.
God, I just need to take some water real quick. Hold on. What were we talking about again?
Your win over Adam Richards tonight.
Oh yeah, not important. Whatever. But you know what is important? My match against Bill fucking Dern.
That is important. That is a world title match.
Oh, world title match. Yeah, great. I assessed everything that you said last week. Bill. Or went through the tapes. A long time backstage, looking at the TV. Almost cried my eyes out. I mean, you're used to looking at TV, I guess. After your match with Jordan, you little jump off the top rope beneath it. You're used to looking at the TV for a long time. Used to assessing yourself. That's a good trait you got there. Good trait. But I went and looked back, and I feel like you mistrued something. You misread something I said.
Mm-hmm.
I said that I wanted this match to be perfect, and that I wanted you to have these statistics. You brought up Apex. Hurt my feelings a little when you brought up Apex. But that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant at all, man. Come on. You know me better than anybody. Come on, man. I mean, Brett knows me a lot better. Maybe a little. And Jordan.
No, you and Brett do some weird stuff.
Oh, no. I don't know what you're talking about, Brett. I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyways, back to you and Bill knowing each other very well.
Yes. So you should know that getting to this road, getting onto this world title picture, real hard for someone like me to do. Real fucking hard. Cause I think the only time you see me in this main event picture was in a company that no longer exists anymore. It's changed, evolved, or some shit like that. The only time you see me as a main eventer was for maybe a week or so. But this time it's gonna be different. This time it's gonna be different because I'm gonna be honest. Really didn't expect to be here. Really didn't expect to be in this position so fucking quick. So quick. Like maybe like little tag team action there, and then I'll go on a couple years time. They don't win the world title. No. I'm just so talented. I just decided I'd be here. It's hard though. Yeah. It's hard though. It's hard being crew.
Hard being crew.
Yeah, it's hard being crew. Yeah, but you know what I do every time I've been given an opportunity, and I fail, and I fail. It doesn't failure doesn't come. The word fail doesn't come out my mouth often, but when it does, it's gonna be real important, Bill. When I fail, I ain't waste my time watching a fucking screen. I ain't waste my fucking time looking at this little mistake that I made. I got myself another opportunity straight away. Other than no watching TV. I mean, you did get your opportunity pretty quick, but I got mine a little quicker. The difference between that is because is because I'm fucking high. I'm too high. Words aren't coming to my fucking head. Give me a sec. Give me a fucking sec. You fucking talk with something, Jordan.
So, I think what Crude is trying to get at is Crude is the kind of guy you can knock him down 9 times and he'll do
whatever.
He's not one to dwell on his fate. You yourself, you kind of dwell on him a little bit. What happened with me, you did come back and you did beat me for the title, which was, it was tough for me. But what ended up happening was you dwelled on that, and you got there because of, the work you were able to put in. But what Crude is trying to say is Crude won't dwell. Crude doesn't know how to just accept failing. Crude
I was just about to fix my sleep schedule, and I fucked it up again. I'm so fucking hard, bro.
Anyways, Bill, do you have anything to say to Crude before I move on? Because he is clearly not okay.
Yeah, I know what Crude was talking about. And I'm not gonna lie, part of me wanted to see Crude in this week, and so that way I could rub statistics back in his face, but he didn't. And I know the type of person Crude is, and what he means when he's talking about dwelling on stuff. But Crude, I'm gonna be blunt with you, and that's not some sort of. I said it wasn't. But you're talking about me viewing you, how I view you. You want to talk about how I view. For all intents and purposes, you were like, oh, you viewed me as a main event for about a week, a couple years ago, or something along those lines. Crew, if I'm going to be straight up honest with you, I didn't. I didn't view you as a main eventer there. I view you more as a main eventer now than I did then. Because then you really were just some random kid who got an opportunity and held on to it for the moment. But now you're not. You've been working hard for things. You have been planning, plotting systematically, and winning enough to get to where you are now. I view you as a main eventer now, and I view this match as important. I view us as relative equals, even though I'm the one arguably coming in with the advantage and coming in holding the title. But I don't view you as this lowly person who doesn't earn this opportunity, doesn't deserve it in any sort of fashion or any sort of way. Because I know that you're talented. And coming years from now, you're going to be more talented than I am. But I'm going to hold on to this title while I can. And come our match at WinnerSlam, I'm going to continue to hold on to it. Not because I don't think you can take it from me, or you won't take it from me, but because I'm going to continue holding on to it because this is what I have to hold on to. So with that, I think it's a good time to move on to our main event.
So what Bill basically said, Crude, is you may be high, but he's a little higher right now. Anyways, enough with being blunt about things. Let's move on to the TV title, the main event of tonight. Tone, you said that Swift isn't in control of this TV title, which I encourage because I don't think that he should be in control of anything right now.
Yes.
So, Tone.
Yes.
Now that you're TV champion.
Yes. First time
since
since 2017.
Yeah, you seem to have some ideas, and to be quite honest with you, I think I like your ideas more than I like whatever the hell Swifts are after hearing the turkey reward for a Rumble. What do you got for me, big man?
So first, I'd like to thank Oliver Windsor for easily going over the top rope. I couldn't have done it without him. I'd also like to thank Big Perk for playing fodder, so I can do that. Thank you for that too. But most of all, I'd like to thank you, Ryan Swift. You want to know why I want to thank you?
Why?
Because you made it much easier for me to tell you to your face to shut the fuck up.
What?
Because I told you last week that at some point I'm just going to take it. And I did.
I mean, he did. He is TV champion.
Mine. And Windsor wanted to jump ahead of the line and jump ahead of the pillar of this company, and you saw what happened to him.
Okay, he didn't jump ahead. He was there
He jumped. No, he jumped ahead.
He did not jump ahead.
He saw where I was going and decided to walk his mustached ass face in front of me.
Oh, come on. That's a low blow.
So he walked in front of me, so I just took it. And then I made Corvo look like a bitch.
Oh, come on. Really? What's wrong with you? What is this attitude you suddenly just started having? I don't understand when you became this again. This isn't the same Tone why I was in the Mega Force with. Do you remember that? The Mega Force. Do you remember that?
I try not to.
That shit was garbage.
I try not to remember that. That was a low point for me.
Low point?
Because that is when I realized, then, now, and forever.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yes, then, now, and forever, that you owe your entire career to me. So I did a service for you. When you needed me at your lowest point, which, to be honest, is normally every year around that time, I helped you. And I didn't get a thank you. You wanted me to come in and help you with Team Perk Angle, so I did. I got the tag title that I wanted, regardless of whether I actually wanted it to be with you or not. And I was able to add another notch to my belt. And then you screwed everything up as you usually do. So over the past few months, I've had to take stock in a lot of things and thinking about and kind of seeing where the company is going and seeing that you are trying to make people forget about me. And I can't allow that to happen. Because as I always say every single time, there is no COH without me. And you want to erase that by forcing this new generation of stars, in air quotes, to be put in spots that they're not ready for. You gave Corvo a boxing match where he beat Eddie Reed. And then he goes...
He doesn't even box.
Yeah, yep, yes. And then he teams with Eddie Reed, and then he loses to me. So much for that new generation. I say I want an edge out of Barmore, and he says tonight that he doesn't know if he has one. That's disappointing. And then, we're sitting here talking tonight, and you even said one good thing about me. The one person that has, and two, I had Bill in there too, is Jordan.
Yeah,
me and him may have fought each other, and he may have broken my arm. But him breaking my arm truthfully, is the best thing to ever happen to me. Because it made me realize that I'm not getting the gratitude that I deserve. That I'm not getting the adulation I deserve. So thank you, Jordan.
Yeah, anytime. I mean, as you see, I'm proficient in breaking limbs. Kind of
Yes,
become my thing.
yeah, it's crazy what happens. Like I said, you got a leg up, turkey leg for dinner.
So what?
Yeah.
Is this this same guy that almost broke, or maybe even broke Jay Jones's leg tonight? You're like, yeah, Jordan Brooks, I love him. You know, it's such a great person. He's
Are we gonna forget that Jay Jones tried to end Big Perk's career? We just gonna forget about that?
Tried to end his career. He was trying to finish him so he can pin him in a match, in a scheduled match.
Hey, do you wanna? Oh, you know what? Hold on. Big Perk, I'll give you a little bit of time. But I want to say firstly, Swift, didn't you take a man's eyeball out of their socket?
Yes, we've been through this. Everybody mentions it. It was an eye for an eye match. I'm incredibly sorry. It happened. I regretted my decision. I can't go back and change it, Tone. But it doesn't change the fact that you even trying to, like, what? Do you trust these guys now? Is this your thing? Are these your boys?
I'm not in Team Perk Angle. I appreciate the way they do business. From one businessman to another.
Oh, so it's about business now. It's not about morals or respect or honor or anything like that. It's about business. Is it about the brand, Tone?
It hasn't been about.
I mean, Swift, you run a company. It should always be about business.
We're talking business.
Like if we're gonna break it down,
business
it hasn't been about honor since 170 something day title reign that I had. I don't do things for honor anymore. Where has that gotten me? Didn't get me that title reign that I wanted. I had to go and do things the way I needed to do them, and then I got the title reign that I wanted. And then I got the respect that I wanted. Then I got the adulation that I wanted and deserved. But doing things for people, for a crowd of neckbeards who think work rate is important, doesn't get me anywhere. It doesn't pay the bills. Doing what I want paid the bills. Doing what I felt like doing got things done. Breaking limbs, throwing people off of trucks gets results. It always has, it always will.
You're damn right.
So, maybe I'm just gonna start breaking limbs too. Maybe I'm just gonna start throwing people off trucks. Maybe I'm just gonna drive a car into a river with someone in the trunk.
You're not gonna do any of that, and I don't know why you're even thinking about doing any of that. I don't understand. Where
Yes,
this
Jordan.
Tone is.
So Swift, listen. This question's important for you, actually. I'm trying to help you here because the main thing that you should be concerned about is the fact that this man right here, who is threatening all these things upon you, is now a champion on your brand. He does hold the TV title, and as far as I'm concerned and aware, even, you can't just take that from him. So, what's your plan with this belt, Tone? What do you got?
So, thank you for asking. One thing I'm not going to do is defend it every week. That's gone. Because I will not wrestle people who don't deserve it. Don Frost, a few others. What I'm going to do is make this title matter. The people I will face will matter. The people who I face will earn that shot. And I don't think anyone's earned it. So I'll be holding on to it forever.
You don't think anyone's earned a title?
Hey Ted, if you want to hold it forever, bring it to Honor Band and give it to me.
You know what? That's a good idea too. Interesting.
So what, are you like all elite Tone now? Is that what you are? All elite? Huh? The upper echelon?
Yeah, sure.
So sort of let me ask you a question now, because I feel like this has to go back to you, because this is a problem now on your hands. Tone's got the belt, and he literally just said, I'll just go to Honor Bound with it. What are you going to do? You just going to sit there and watch? Or just shove your thumb up your ass?
I mean, they've done this before. This cheeky little thing before with APH. It's not going to happen again, Tone. Like I've always said, you're great. You're all elite. You're an all elite guy, Tone. That's what you are. No one can take that away from you. But now you have one of the most elite championships in the game, lineage going on 9 years. And as a TV champion, it is meant to be defended. And Tone, as far as I'm concerned, you don't win a lot anymore. You just don't. No matter how much you want to say, oh, I'm Tone, you know, I'm up a talent. It took you this long
When it matters.
again. Oh, when
you
it
put me
matters.
in 3 matches tonight.
I did.
You put me in 3 matches tonight.
3 matches. That's crazy.
And I won 2 out of the 3.
It's a pretty good record.
You know, so I'm going to do what I feel like doing. And whatever that is what I'm going to do in Alaska Winter Slam. That'll be the next time I defend it.
You know what's crazy, Tone? I just had this random realization, right? You're saying you're gonna do whatever you want, you know? And, you know, it just dawned on me. I'm your boss! When it comes to Thursday nights, I'm your boss! So that's not gonna happen. And you know what, Tone? That's fine. You don't have to defend on the COHs. You can defend in Alaska. But, Tone, to be completely honest, you want to say there's nobody in line. Well, there is someone that you claimed pushed the line in front of you, and someone I feel like deserves a shot for that TV championship, a fair one-on-one TV championship match before you got your nose all up in there, huh, Tone? You know who I'm talking about? That same guy?
Danny Dolphin, thank you. So,
what are you talking
about? I will be facing Danny Dolphin at Winter Slam. Thank you.
What are you talking about?
So thank you. No, I appreciate it. Thank you for Danny Dolphin. It's gonna be a great match at Winter Slam.
Listen, you're not facing Danny Dolphin. I was talking about Oliver.
About Danny Dolphin.
I don't
Thank
know who
you.
the hell you're talking about. No.
Thank you. I would love to face him. Wow. From your mouth to God's ears. So I'd like to thank you for letting me face Danny Dolphin at Winter Slam to further extend my reign with this championship. I'd also like to thank the Academy. I'd also like to thank Team Perk Angle.
Really?
For showing me what actually gets results around here again.
It's crazy. When you kind of just do what you want, you get what you
You're
want.
a little big asshole, aren't you? Little big asshole.
Little big asshole. You know, our vocabulary tonight has been really good on Hardmic. I'm proud
Yeah.
of it.
It has.
Yeah.
And so I think you're gonna say Oliver Windsor, correct?
Yes.
Who has he earned it?
Well, he was meant to face Corvo.
Did he beat Corvo? Did he beat Corvo?
I mean, he hasn't faced Corvo yet.
He should do that first.
And are we just forgetting about? I feel like you're forgetting about some people here, Swift. I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah, Big Perk is also in that conversation.
Even Richie Rose, who I feel like
Richie Rose. All 4 of them should face each other, and I'll give you this. I'll still face Windsor at Winter Slam. How about that? I'll gift you that. But I still want him to earn it, so I want to pick his matches for the next couple weeks. How about that? I feel like that's fair.
You drive a hard bargain, but you know what? First of all, screw you, and second of all, fine. You can pick his poison next week. Who do you want?
And the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that, until he's earned it.
We'll see. I mean, we only have so many weeks, but who do you think
He's gonna face Richie Rose, Big Perk, and let's start with that. Richie Rose and Big Perk next week.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
So a triple threat match.
Yeah,
and then the week after that, I'll decide one for that too. And then during these weeks, it's crazy. I won't be wrestling a lot, but I'll still be on the show. I'll send memos in from my from the voicemail from Ryan Swift when I call him. I gotta go film a
voicemail more.
Yeah, film a movie, do some magazine covers again. It's just crazy,
I
dog.
feel like I'd like you more if you were doing what Crude was doing tonight.
Getting high?
Yeah.
I feel like I would like you more if you were good at your job.
I think you'd like more of you if you weren't such a bitch.
I agree with you, Tone. I think if Swift was good at his job.
Thank you. I feel like
Turkey, Tone. I'm just gonna put it out there. I feel like if Honor Bound had a rumble They wouldn't reward someone with a turkey and a date with the GM.
It
I'm
was
just...
also a match
Yeah.
with Jordan Sky. Okay, that was
I'm
also
very
a thing.
much see. Like, I'm not gonna put anyone in a position to where I could lose my job
With turkey.
to for a turkey dinner.
Exactly.
We like to have steaks and not the food. Just
Well
every
done,
match has
steaks.
a reason. So you'll never have a match that's just for a turkey dinner with a desperate GM who's trying to look for someone to love him because he doesn't love himself.
I mean, that's just kind of true. I don't love myself.
That was,
But anyways,
okay. That was kind of sad, and I don't want to end on a sad note. So with that being said, Bill, are you still awake?
Yeah, I'm still here. I just had nothing really to provide
All right,
in that
so
little segment.
you and I, we should take it home on a positive note. Send
Yeah,
people
no
home.
positive note.
Yeah. Oh wait, Big Perk, you got something to say? I feel like Big Perk has
Yes,
something to say.
yes.
Big Perk,
Give Big Perk the microphone.
I would like a few words.
please go for it.
Stop her. You're a bitch. I think many people have said that, but I needed to get my word in. Second off, Devlin O'Brien, you beat me. Not very proud of that, but I mean, we move on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I eliminated him in the Rumble, so I mean, that's a good payback if you ask me. Third off, Brooks, thank you for breaking JJ's leg. I would like him to feel the pain that he brought to me last week, and I feel like he deserves everything he has right now. And next week, I'm facing Windsor, and I'm facing.
It's
It was
Windsor and Richie.
yeah. I don't know much about Richie. I watch his matches every week, but I really don't know much about his style in the ring because I've never experienced it myself. So it is going to be an uphill battle. Windsor, well, I have faced him before in the 4v4 a few weeks ago. I feel like he's definitely trying to figure out he has something to prove now. Now that Tone's trying to make him prove himself, which he totally should. Because what has he really done to earn a TV title shot?
That's what I'm saying. I don't really think he deserves it any more than you do.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying.
He lost a Rumble, and
you made it just as far as he did in the Rumble, basically. I mean, it was one person.
Yeah. Granted, he eliminated me, but did he win?
He did not. No, that's for true.
And about what Tone said about work rate isn't how you get up in this business. That's how Swift got up in the business but how long did that take? Years? I don't know. But like when you do whatever you want, that's what gets people watching. That's what makes people interesting, and that's what gets the money. And Swift, you don't understand that. You just think that work rate equals everything. Because nothing says work rate like Pat Dewey.
Swift, he called you broke. How does it feel to get called broke by Big Bird?
How does it feel to be broke?
How does it feel to be broke?
Okay,
Couldn't be me.
Well,
I mean, let's talk about it. The man bet the company on a boxing fight.
Corvo lost Swift. Backup plan. What if
it was a turkey dinner with Eddie Reed.
Turkey dinner. He did that. That's his sell on everything.
Swift is probably the worst owner we could ever have.
I personally stuffed the turkey.
You just stuffed the turkey?
Yes.
Shut up, Swift.
How big is the turkey that the girls won?
It's like triple size of my fist. No, quadruple size my fist.
You're stealing.
It's turkey lunch meat.
This is what I fought for.
So cut the feed. Watch ammo. That's it.
Watch
ammo.
Yeah,
watch ammo. Watch ammo.
Watch ammo.
Yeah, we'll end the show off of this. This is a saying I heard back in the day.
Back in the day.
You never go soft when you beat big men off. Good night.
And watch the Jamelia show in Hulu.
Watch
Watch Ammo where they don't mistreat their women.
Yes.
Watch
Well-
him on Emilio show.
Man, that was really the ending too.